Hey, good morning. It's a great Monday morning. As you can see, I'm in the truck today, heading into the office. Um, we Isabella's car is still down, so I'm on kid duty, so to speak, getting her to school and then getting on into the office. Hey, have you picked out your calendar item yet? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and uh, listen to yesterday's worship service as we talked about pressing on through the pressures. And I know we all have them this week. We all had different pressures this week. Have you picked out your calendar item that you want to have God help you look at the opportunity about it? You know, there's several things that can be on your calendar this week or maybe even next, especially as the holiday season comes into play, that might be stressful to you. And I want to encourage you that you can press on through this and that God can help you through this. He wants you to be able to see the opportunity in it. He wants to enable you and equip you to press on through that and to be able to make it to the other side. I was reading in Second Peter today, and it was just a great reminder that because of the glory and goodness of God, He has given us many great and precious promises. Well, it also says right there in the first chapter that His divine power has given us everything we need to live this life of godliness that we are called to live. And that alone is such a great word. It's such a great promise of God that He has provided everything we need and He has given us everything we need. And so um, here we stand, here we are. What am I going to do with that? Am I going to take a hold of that promise? Am I going to believe it? Am I going to accept that over my life today and be able to say, you know what? I've got some things coming up that normally I would dread. Normally, I'd have a lot of anxiety about. Normally, would put me into a fear spiral. But today, I'm going to take a hold of the great and precious promises of God, and I am going to pray and ask God to help me see the opportunities that lie ahead of me instead of the obstacles that lie before me. And so, hey, I just want to encourage you today to do that and encourage you to consider these different areas of life because it's so easy. It's so easy to turn negative. It's so easy. We live in a cynical society. We live in a time where being negative is the just it seems to be everywhere. But we as the faithful don't have to be that way. We as the followers of Christ actually we're called to something different. We're called to do more. We're called to be better. And hang on here. We need to remember I'm not better than other people. What Jesus is wanting us to do is to just continue to develop in our own life and our own moment. This is why Peter in Second Peter wrote, "Make every effort." Now, if you'll go back and review, I did a sermon series a few months back called "Skin in the Game," and it was based on Second Peter because several times in this letter of Second Peter he uses the phrase "make every effort." Make every effort to develop in your walk. Make every effort to be faithful in your walk. Make every effort because we have a part that we are called to play, and we are to be the faithful. We are to step up and do the things God calls us to do and wants us to do. And part of that comes into play when we talk about looking at our calendar, looking at the upcoming events of our week. How am I going to look at that? Because the way that we react to issues and items today, it says a lot about the gospel that we want to share with other people. Do I really believe that the gospel has the power to change my life? Do I really believe that the gospel has the power to transform even the little moments of my day? I believe it does. The question is, do we believe that it does? Do we believe that, and by that I mean, am I going to take the steps necessary? Am I going to take a moment and say, how could I see this as positive? How could I see this in a different way than maybe I normally view it? Because, hey, there are things that come up. It's super easy to go negative. It's super easy to go cynical. It's super easy to look at the awful, the bad, the ugly, the weird, the uncomfortable. It's so easy. That's the temptation. That's the temptation. And my challenge to us today is that our hope is found not in ourselves. Our hope is found in the plan and the processes of God. And one of those things is to look at opportunities and look at how it could be an opportunity. Yes, you may have a difficult event coming up. You may have a difficult challenge ahead of you. And it doesn't mean that there won't be difficulty. It doesn't mean that there won't be challenges. It certainly doesn't mean that you might not you might have discomfort through whatever it is you're going through. But the follower of Christ, the one who's choosing development, is one who's going to say, I'm going to trust God, I'm going to follow God, I'm going to see where he takes me, and I'm going to look for the best opportunity and the best outcome. I want to draw truth from this to help me through my day, through my week, and maybe I can be a blessing to somebody else in the moment of my difficulty, or maybe I can be a blessing to somebody who goes through it after me. Either way, my friends, be faithful, be strong, be courageous. God's got you in. Don't forget, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, maybe you read something in scripture and you don't understand it, or it's complicated, or it's confusing. Hey, shoot me a message. Let me know. I'll be happy to answer it for you tomorrow. It's Talk It Out Tuesday tomorrow, where typically I like to take the questions of our listeners. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.